G'day. Right, today's task is going to be to service this Yanmar VIO55-5B excavator of mine. I'll stress that this is not a how-to video because I'm not a mechanic and I don't know what I'm doing. So this is me with a manual, box of bits and a good go. Enjoy the entertainment. So the first step, open up. And a quick check round to make sure there are no passengers. We used to have a Stevens banded tree snake which lived on and in the excavator for a long time, so I don't want to find him still in here when I start reaching inside, especially as they're highly venomous. But at the moment I don't see him. Currently the oil is on the stick and well black. So identify the bits: fuel filter, oil filter, water separator, expansion, air filter, and then the hydraulic oils over there. So yeah, I think I've found everything. I'll take this side panel off. Spiders. Lots of spiders. Put the bolts back so I don't lose them. I wonder where they came from. Okay, I'll go fetch the oil extractor. Okay, well, for many reasons, one of which it's going to rain. It's about to start again and then stop and start, which it will do all day, and I'm not going to sit out here and do it. I don't want to get underneath it in the mud. I'm going to use this oil extractor that I have from my days as a boat mechanic, which I can pump the oil out in bits and then decant it into containers for correct disposal. So, first thing, I'll crack up the hydraulic oil. Right, I can now just leave that running while it drains that out. Oh, proper rain. Okay, the rain's stopped again, so that's the end of that first session. Phew. Oh, put this into a container. Okay, on with the third batch. So I've suction is strong. I noticed when I looked back at the last lot, I was standing right in front of the camera, so I'll try and stand a bit to the side this time. I stood out. Fill this. There's sludge coming out in this. Okay, well, it's taken quite some fiddling around to get it going, get the pipe all the way down to the last thing. But being as the drain bowl is under a plate there, and you have to go over the top of the track to get at it, I don't quite know how you take 40 litres of oil out of there, so I think I'll carry on the way I'm working, and we'll bring you back when this container's full. Whilst the oil drains, I've been going through the box of assorted parts, or box and 4 jiffy bags, derived of parts, and matching the part numbers, Yanmar part numbers, up to the parts catalogue to find out where they go. The 2 oil filters were not obvious and didn't match the numbers in the manual, So I've used the internet and matched them up. They've obviously changed over the years since the manual was written, so they're done. This is the new air filter, air fan that started all this off, and the new cabin air filter, new cap for the radiator. Ooh. Element fuel, don't quite know. Oh, that must go in the filler cap. No, that goes in the water separator. That goes in the water separator. O-rings everywhere, and the 2 hydraulic filters identified, and the air filter identified. So I think I've identified everything now. It's taking about an hour. Match all the numbers up. So when the oil's done, we'll get to fitting some hydraulic filters. Okay, it's sometime later now, and I think I've got the last of the oil out. Yeah, I've got 35 odd litres of oil out. So that's all of that. Much easier. Right, so now all we have to do is start swapping the filters. And the first one to do is the top, which is a 172-175-73710, which is the hydraulics top return filter, which goes in along with a 24132-0010150 O-ring. Now, have off camera, while I was waiting for the oil to do, slackened all the bolts. So everything should come apart easily. I won't be struggling here. This is under pressure. Old filter, go in the oil cleaning to correction there, put something outside. Picky screwdriver. Old O-ring. Insert new O-ring. Lovely. Sits on the little shoulder in the back there. So then this pressure relief valve comes out. Make sure this is all clean and spotless. Sits comfortably in there. And then the spring, and then the pressure plate, lid. Oops, that goes in there, that goes in there, that presses up against there. loose. Do them up to factory spec. Click. 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 Right, that's that one done. So now we have the bottom suction one to do, which is your Yanmar 172-146-73730 filter suction, and another 243-21 or 2434, no I think it's 21 -001-050 O-ring. Now I have again slackened all this off camera, so two hose clamps out the way, and pull off the suction hose. Yes, and then slacken that. Can anybody see any of that? No. Right, that should be a better view. So slacken those two hose clips, pull the suction hose off, remove these 4 bolts which I had previously slackened. And then this plate should withdraw with the filter, and it does. There we go. Right, now while that's out, I'll just have a grundle in there and filter the drain bung that I've not removed, and I can feel it and give the tip a swipe, and it's spotless, so there's no metal fragments or anything attracted to it, no grit in the bottom of the tank. So we just have to take this filter off. Big spanner job. Well, that's interesting. It's bigger than my big spanner, that is. I'll have to go and find a way to get this off. Okay, it is some time later. So, unless you have the proper tools and an access to a vise, don't try changing this filter. This screws on here. Should be tight. Should be tight enough. God, imagine it's going to fall off. However, it's taken me about 2 hours because I lacked a proper vise and the tools. So check you have the big spanner to fit that, whatever size it is. Mine goes up to 48mm and it won't fit. And a big vise clamped in a big bench. Otherwise, you are just struggling and in a world of pain. So, but I did it eventually with a flint stone knife and a bear club and some sticks. Eventually it agreed to see it my way and come out, but it was very, very tight. Sort this O-ring. Why did it go in? Come on, little O-ring. In you go. In. Stay. That's not going to fall off. About the way. In. 4 shiny bolts. It is relatively pleasant to work on so far. I know changing the air conditioning pump, air compressor pump fan belt is going to be a game and 3/4 because I've adjusted it before and that took me again. So this is not a one-day service for the likes of me. This is probably 3 days, 3 videos and a bit a day. I'm definitely more hub nut than Eric O. But there we go. However, I'm trying to stay out of the way of the camera. So this is going to be servicing a Yanmar VIO55-5 part 1, I think, hydraulics. Click. 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 Right. So then bottom hose on. Pump back to where, clip back to where it was. When it's in where it wants to be because it's got grooves in the hose and the notches just sitting. Oops. There we go. Tighty tighty. They're done. They're done. Filter change, filter change, change. So now it's just a case of topping up the oil. So the oil we are using is Hi-Tech's hydraulic HVI 68, which apparently meets a modern version of the spec and is what was recommended last time I needed to top it up to be compatible and match the spec that the previous owner had written in the manual, which was a translation from what was recommended when it was built. It would appear that oils are changing in spec so rapidly these days because a manual once written never changes. So you go to buy new oil and find that what you wanted no longer exists, which is entertainment. Right. That's a funnel cleaned and sterilised. I've gone to all this trouble to put a clean oil system. Last thing I want to do is contaminate it through a dirty funnel. Right, somehow I've got to get up here. Ooh. Who did this up? Oh, you can't see what I'm doing now, can you? No. Right, so that was all muttering. Sorry, don't have a cameraman. Forgot it was focused down on that. You can't see what I've been doing. Just staring at a filter body, listening to me prattle on in the distance for 20 minutes. Never mind. Here we go. I'll just wait and see if it's pouring out the bottom or anything. No, doesn't seem to me. I know it came from, yes, it's blue. calm down. I'll be back indeed. That was tight. Right. So that was best part of 20, so it should be another 20 to go. 38 it needs in total, minus what's in the system and one the cab's not slewed, so half of this perhaps. Right. Let's see if the bubble starts coming up. Must be time for that to come up soon. So I'm down to... There's nothing in the tank that flow through. I wonder if that ball sticking on there, it sticks at the top. How much should I take out? I took the best part of 2 out. So perhaps it needs a bit more to go. Right, I'll leave it and sit there for a bit and see if that ball pops up. Okay, so it's now had 40 litres. Book says 38, so it should be over full. But the gauge still isn't reading. I suspect that ball's just stuck. It has stuck before. Normally it stays up and won't come down. This time it's come down, perhaps it won't go up. So, when I've done the rest of the service tomorrow, we'll fire it up, get the oil flowing, and check the level with a stick. So that appears to be it for the hydraulic side of it. Tomorrow, the engine oil. So here endeth part 1. Have fun.